I get to talk about my dress that Marnie's wearing. And this was my wedding dress that I wore on January 4th, 1975. And not a big saver, but I saved the dress. And don't remember where I got it, but I know it was Los Angeles, California. And my girlfriends had a tea for Marnie, and I found the dress, and she tried it on and came downstairs, and I promptly decided, I cried and cried, we both cried, and what a thrill that she decided to wear this at her welcoming dinner.
Any song you sing, I'm singing. Any song you sing, I'm singing too. I'm gonna sing it with you. If you lose your way, I'll find you out. If you climb too high, I'll get you down. If you need a friend, ooh, you know I'll be there.
It looks close up, it's actually wider. You're good.
There you go.
Wider.
Well, as Beth said, welcome to everybody. This is awesome. Everyone's come from so far and wide. How the heck did you find it? I mean, Ben. We are going to open up the evening with questions and answers. It's not who came the furthest, but who took the longest. Sorry. I mean, it's just, you transfer, you think it's great. Yes, we're on our way to bed. No, we're not. There's something's happened in here, San Francisco, something else's weather over there, and everybody finally gets here. So here we are. This is great. Oh dear, we had dinner with the Spitzes.
Yeah.
Wednesday night. I'm going to read this, I'll just say. As we chatted, we realized we were eating our speech scripts, which we've done tonight as well. And I said, we can't talk any more about that, because I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And we would have to rewrite the scripts. As Dana dashed back to her hotel in a panic, ready to rewrite, I suddenly realized there was such a few at dinner, and it would all be new to the 1,500 invited guests. Then I thought, I'm first. That was before, that's before Beth came up to me and said, I'm going to go first. I'm going to go first. It's got one or two, was it 3 sentences? No. So, I thought for the speech, I could use what we talked about at the dinner. I thought, yay, plagiarism, yay, let's go. So, feel free to join me at the mic and correct whatever I'm saying here. Even parts of the story, anyway, that we had the other day. Let's see. I did that. Go on. Keep the volume down. Yeah, I know, but the volume is down.
Don't put it down.
Okay, what we did talk about is that B is a runner. And what's the difference between a jogger and a runner? Speed? Is it stamina? Or is it violent? We had no choice really to be a runner. he had to beat Big Sis.
Yeah.
Who had to beat her dad. Well, I am going to put on his glasses. Well, at least it runs in the family. Hello. Who said that? Now let's see. I really have missed this. There we go. Jenny met Zach while running. Sydney is a great runner. She's over there somewhere. She gets her fist clenched and takes off. She always beats me to an elevator button. Don't hit that. With Nigel in full pursuit. There you go, there he is. Right, Nigel, all right. You can tell it runs in the family when you get a great gift one Christmas from Jenny and Byron. I open it up and it's admission to the Georgia Marathon. I wasn't running marathons at the time, but I suppose we're going to up our ante, which is what they wanted.
How old were you, Dad?
Too old.
He ran his first marathon at 69. What?
No one's asking the time. Move on. Actually, I've got to say, it's amazing how much support there is out there for marathons. It's like a magic number, you know. You get races and races, but marathon is, everybody says, oh, this is a serious business. Now you've got to train properly for it. And one of Byron's athletes that he works for, or works with at the time, he gave me a great schedule.
A gentleman from Bend named Max King. He's kind of a legend.
A legend. All right, yeah, and that was awesome, you know. So all of a sudden, this network of people come out, and you know, when you say marathon, you know, to support you. And Jenny just took me on all the practice runs. She would say, no, you can't have any booster material until the 14th mile, you know, of training. But anyway, it was great. I did that, oh boy. But it was crazy. Let's see. Then there's Marnie. Could she keep up with the B-Man?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily all the time, except for maybe hiking in Cinque Terre. Is that how you pronounce it?
Cinque Terre, yeah.
Bless you. And speed walking Manhattan. Especially on the way to Hamilton, I'm sure. Okay, and don't forget shredding slopes with Sherm as kids. Because they're like that. So I want to support her. She's been cheering. Like that, that's right. Waving banners and t-shirts. We don't need it. Anyway, on to serious business. We looked at this place. So the guys behind the bar, we looked at this place. Marnie took me up here and we said, this is it. Fell in love with it. Big bar. So we can get a drink at the same time, you know, and the view and everything else. We'll open the windows up when it gets when the sun goes down enough. So, oh, let's see. Oh, the craft microbreweries are really beginning to open up in Atlanta. But I assume you all know that Ben has more microbrewers than any other place, any other city in the States. Per capita, that is. You know. So, I mean, Atlanta will never catch up because they were over 5 million, you know. So. It's kind of neat. However, if you're lucky, you are lucky tonight. If you're not in England, that you are not in England. Because we'd have to kick all the ladies out. Because this will be the bachelor party, this will be the stag night. This is the night to get everybody, get all the guys, especially the groom, kind of under the table. By drinking and reliving memories of irresponsible college and school days. Most times, a naughty lady is rented to perform some clothes removing duties. Don't worry, ladies, there are also hen parties. Plus a man is usually involved in the hen parties. Speedos, thongs, wait for it, Jenny. Thongs for the men. Anyway, no rehearsal dinners. They don't do rehearsal dinners in England, so boring. No bridal showers. You've been to one, haven't you? I think we all have. Forget that other piece. Oh, boy. Anyway. We are proud of my son, the big man. And happy you found such a dynamic beauty in Marnie. I'm out of here. Thank you.
Testing. My voice is super raspy, so I can't hear myself sometimes. And I love you. Welcome, dear friends and family. For those of you who I haven't formally met, although I'm sure I know you fluently through Marnie's social media, my name is Dana, and I'm Marnie's youngest and most vivacious little sister. I'm probably not going to make it to this speech, so give me a second. Marnie has told me time and time again that the first time she... Okay. I can't look at you. The first time that she cried tears of joy was the day I was born. And as we all know, Marnie has not stopped crying since. It has now become my theory that Marnie's heart is 10 times too big for that little body. Fuck. And in order to protect herself from exploding, the tears have to fall. Marnie feels more deeply than any other person I know. Her unyielding enthusiasm towards everything she sets out to accomplish, even in a day, investment in her relationships, and commitment to growth and learning are merely just a few bullet points that highlight the countless reasons I look up to my big sister. Marnie never gets easier. You radiate everything that is magical in this world and everything that this world is missing. You speak your truth, you live with your whole heart, you seek adventure and have found a partner who takes adventure to a whole new level. Byron. Thank you for teaching me something new every day about how the world works, what cars not to drive, or rather not to drive cars at all. I do drive a Subaru Impreza, so I feel like... Or rather, yeah, great, we said that. For my family, thank you for accepting my family for who we are and for giving the warmest hugs. And thank you for supporting Marnie in her quest to make the musical Hamilton the new Declaration of Independence for the United States. And Marnie, lastly but certainly not least, thank you for passing on the gift of putting on an unforgettable performance. I'd like to preface this by saying I'm not a good singer. Thank you. Hit it! The opening is really small. Hit it. Can you turn it up and then start it? I'm sorry, I love you. There's nothing that the Spitz love more than putting on a show for someone that they adore. All they need is a mic and a reason. Luckily for Marnie, it's wedding season. Take Byron Pete and the man of the hour. Uh-oh, but little does he know the new Sister Dana can throw us some beats. So soak it all in before I get you on your feet. Work, Marnie. Work, and Byron, the Pittams. Byron gets Marnie. Work, tomorrow morning beat. Tie the knot, celebration of the year. Special ultra runner, who'd have thought? So everybody, raise your beers, cause look around, the wedding's starting right here in Bend, Oregon. I hit that note. Work, I've been waiting for this day for quite some time, but let's get real, Marnie has two. She set the bar high at 35, cause like your Byron, she has you. So look around. Be let us remind you what she's looking for. She's looking for you. Hey Byron, she's been looking for a love that's true. Looking for a love that's true. Looking for a love that's true. Whoa. There's nothing like a wedding in the summer. Sun blazing down in vibrant splash of color. Everything around us coming alive. Looking at two people whose love will thrive. While you sit back and relax, let me tell you a story of how these two came to be in all their glory. By that I mean Tinder, yes, I mean Tinder. I really couldn't find what rhymes with Tinder. I really wanted to be wearing motorcycle socks with good fresh can be. We wanted information, but he had dedication. He brought us snacks, what a revelation. From there, these two had sparks that grew, and the rest includes hike and bike trips. And now that Marnie loves the outdoors, it's clear to me that their life is the perfect trail mix.
Thank God I prepared to dance. That is tough to follow. Great job, Dana. That was amazing. This is pretty tough to follow. So first off, just a big thanks to Rodney and Linda Pittam for tonight. This is a beautiful start to the weekend, and obviously Sherm and Beth Spitz for the whole weekend. We're super excited for the ceremony tomorrow. For you that don't know me, my name is Graves. I am one of Byron's friends from Athens, Georgia, so we went to the University of Georgia together. Go Dogs. I'm the friend that's chased him around the country for the past 15 or so years. Athens, DC, SF, maybe Bend next. Yeah. Jackie, maybe. Anyway, super honored to say a few words tonight. The only advice I got was to keep it short and keep it appropriate. So I had to rip up a few of the first drafts for Byron's safety. But Byron and I have had some amazing times together. First in Athens, I think the first time I knew who Byron was, my cousin and I threw a house party at our house in Athens. And this kid left his super hoopty car in our parking lot for about 2 weeks straight. I don't know, 1970s Corolla with like 82 Corolla with a blue and rust like two-tone paint job going on. And like the pride that Byron had in this car was just so insane. I think it was like just the pride in the car itself and also the financial efficiency of owning this car. Anybody that knows Byron can probably draw some parallels between this and the rest of his life. But we became really good friends. We moved to DC. I sort of followed him there, as I mentioned. Had a great time. That's where I really realized the ungodly amount of energy that this kid has. And if you wanted to hang out with him, you literally had to carb load the night before to like make it through the next day. And that was just to like get to the place where you were doing the activity, which is usually drinking a lot of craft beer or Byron's homemade beer, which was awesome. In SF, I learned the true meaning behind the saying, friendships are solidified through hardship. And I think living with Byron is a special kind of hardship. And Marnie, more power to you. I mean, who the heck needs, in SF of all places, 8 tents, 12 sleeping bags, 4 bicycles, 5 pairs of skis, a 12-foot canoe, a non-functioning dirt bike, a functioning street bike, a lifted pickup truck, and then a passion for everything in the pantry being bought at Costco in the 50-gallon size. And this is in the downtown SF, which is like the most expensive and crazy small place in the world. But all jokes aside, Byron is an amazing person. He has this super endearing quality. You just can't help but love the guy. We've been through a shit ton together, through thick and thin. He's picked me up, he's supported me, he's put me in my place. I've seen him grow over the past couple of years in compassion and positivity and generosity and just overall happiness. And it's super obvious that a lot of that is due to Marnie. There's nobody that embodies those qualities as much as Marnie does. And so Marnie, I love you to death. I'm just so happy that you are the one that Byron gets to spend the rest of his life with. And I couldn't think of a better partnership, and I'm super excited to experience it tomorrow. So let's raise a glass. Byron, Marty, congratulations. Thanks for letting us spend this amazing weekend with you. We love you both. Cheers.
You did? Yeah.
Hey, Graves and John get married in October.
Is this on? All right. Graves, you did it. You followed Dana. Well done. I have 400 pages to go through. It won't fall out like real Israel. All right, so to the pinups. Linda and Rob, thanks for having us this evening. Sean and Beth, I recognize you guys a mile away. I look forward to meeting you. I'm Brian Garback. Similar DC friend to Graves. Met Byron over a decade ago. Loved the guy ever since. But for Linda and Rob, I've had the pleasure of your hospitality in Atlanta a couple times. And, pardon me. And I could see Yeah, in that home that you guys have set in, like, let's call it the urban forest of Decatur. That it set some roots for Byron, right? There was an artist loft upstairs for Rodney. Downstairs, let's say a crafts room. And two small business people who work their asses off with enormous amounts of energy, right? And then I see Byron out here now, who's gone from where I was in DC, working big city politics, and just realized that was for the birds. And I have no idea why Allie and I are still doing it. And now he's out here in the real forest, working for a good small business and working his ass off, pursuing a wonderful woman and a good career there at home. And it's great, man. I see those roots, translated and reflected in you. All right, so 12 years ago in DC, I adopted a puppy, and his name was Byron. And I never had one before. My mom said I was allergic. I think she just didn't want one. But I heard there were a lot of responsibility. And it was tough, man. I had to, exercise every day, every night, every weekend. We were up. We ran through Baltimore at the Flutog Red Bull party. This is crazy from 2008, throwing it back. We hurdled over hay bales at the Urban Athlon in Chicago. We swam across Somersville Lake. Graves was there for that one in Rednecky, West Virginia. Hell of a weekend. And then, that's right. And then we biked all over DC in that sexy blue Bianchi. I don't know why you needed
Celeste.
3 more bikes, but that didn't seem like enough.
She's got a name.
All right. Yeah, so I also had to get out of bed before noon on the weekends. One particular night, we went out playing soccer. I had to ignore, I just threw my back out. I don't know, I was an old man at the age of like 25. I was nauseous, I had pain, it was horrible. And around 12:45 at night, Byron decided to snap a left-footed shot. Was it left-footed?
Right.
It was righty. That was the problem, man. So he snapped a right-footed shot, snapped his shin in half, cracked it, and I'm sitting there trying not to vomit on it, but immobilizing his leg and his ankle. And the guy was just sitting there so stoic, just so zen. I'm like, man, your leg is snapped in half. No problem. He just sat there. We'll be all right. And then the paramedic showed up 20 minutes later, and he's...
Everybody go Croatia tomorrow, or Sunday. They're playing a French team. That French team it's not broken, get up. It's broken. Please continue to hold it.
That was it, but you talked like it was nothing. And so the fact that he's recovered from that, I tore an ACL, and I just complain about it all the time. This guy's running 100-mile races. It's impressive. And so anyway, Dan is Byron, a good friend. He's the man's best friend, right? He took me out of DC as a workaholic, alcoholic scene. And, to be able to burn that off is really healthy, right? And so he taught me, how to treat myself well. He taught me to eat well for cheap. Got a couple of good examples, like when Allison and I and Byron went skiing at Heavenly. And he was so generous. He bought bags of tuna for everybody. And then in the mess hall, we were able to pump some nice relish into them to really amp up the calories and some vegetables. I mean, it was great. We also bought some chili and some beers, but it was really nice. And then eating the whole apple core on the lift of Squaw. That was impressive too. That was awesome. But also to be green. He's very green. All right. So he also taught me to brew beer. And most of all, if you knew me in my early 20s, I was still shaking my Catholic guilt. And with Byron, I shook all that, learned to carpe diem. And for that, man, I thank you. I love you. All right, so a couple things about Marnie, right? So Byron's about to officially have a new owner. Marnie Spitz. So I've heard about the legendary energy, right? She's got a supportive family of all girls. I have 2 lovely daughters of my own, and so I'm outnumbered, just like yourself there, Sherman. If this is the future, I'm a lucky man. I really am. And we've heard about her massive heart. So I've got a few examples of this, right? So it's so big you know, we talked about her challenges of moving to Bend. And she mentioned, she was like, how am I going to make such a difference in these kids' life when they, you know, they have such different problems they do in San Francisco? And this is like her biggest challenge. She's like, how can I make more of an impact? I'm like, no one asks these questions. Right? It's really beautiful, it really is. And then, all right, and then that extends to Allison and I. You know, as Byron's friends, she just makes a huge effort, right? So I remember visiting Byron in San Francisco. You had homework to do. We did the wiggle the whole way across the city. We were like burning 20 or 30 miles, and clearly you had other things to do. But you came out with us all day, and it was lovely. You brought all of your students from San Francisco back to DC. Allison and I couldn't get 2 kids' diapers changed, meet you on time at the National Zoo. And so you're sitting there holding up the kids in a bus that needed to go see, I don't know, Teddy Roosevelt. And so you waited on us. And you got to hug and kiss for the first time in DC, and that was wonderful. Again, better things to do. And then, in January, you drove down the coast to California to see us too when you were with your family. And that was awesome. And so each time you react with this kind of you guys, as if we're going out of our way at all. And so this is the most absurd thing I've ever read. 2 days ago, Marty sends Allison and I a text that says, "This weekend is about you two." Don't get it twisted. Exclamation point, smiley face. Okay, so that's absurd. All right, so my wife, Allison, and I, she always says, you'll move to the ends of the earth, I don't know, 4 p.m. We just got here today at 3 p.m., so it took a damn long time to get here. So this is definitely one of the ends of the earth. So you moved here, so clearly you found a man you're happy with, and I'm so happy for you. So congratulations, Marty. I'm going to try to quote a little Hamilton to close out the speech here. So, to the groom, to the bride, to your union, to the revolution. Okay, cheers. Cheers. Thank you so much. Take care.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Marnie's best friend. And I'm sure some of you are thinking, wait, I'm Marnie's best friend. And you're absolutely right, you are. I'm Marnie's best friend from San Francisco. We work together at the same school, and that is how we know each other. And when I met Marnie, we met at a corner store. She was interviewing, and I met her, and I walked away thinking this girl's not getting hired. She's getting eaten alive. She's not going to make it. But I love to be proven wrong, and I was clearly proven wrong. But after getting to know Marnie, she was single, and we would always talk about, the future, and I honestly couldn't really imagine who her future partner would be. I think I kind of imagined someone exactly like her, but the male version, and the more I think about that would be a terrible idea. There would just be endless tears, endless exclamation points, decisions would never get made. It wouldn't be good. But then she met Byron, and he's kind of the exact opposite in a lot of ways. But the thing is, a good relationship, I feel, has a lot of compliments and balance, and the two of them really balance each other out. She kind of softens him, he kind of hardens her up, and all those good things. And I'm really, really happy that they found each other. And I think now, she does have issue making decisions, but one of the easiest decisions she made was to move up here and to marry Byron, and it was pretty seamless and flawless. Mark and I traveled together a lot, and one of our trips we went to Bali, and we, eat, pray, love, all that good stuff. So, Elizabeth Gilbert is is kind of a prominent person in our lives, and I actually happened to found this fabulous quote by her. People think a soulmate is your perfect fit, and that's what everyone wants, but a true soulmate is a mirror, the person who shows you everything that is holding you back, the person who brings you to your own attention so you can change your life. And I think that's truly, truly what's happened with Marnie and Byron. So, cheers and congratulations.
Hi everyone, my name is Kate. I've known this little ray of sunshine, Marnie Spitz, for 17 years, which is crazy to say that out loud. It's been a long time. We first met when we were freshmen at UCLA and both joined the same sorority, Theta. I can still hear her sweet little voice saying, "Hi guys, I'm Marn. We're you guys, we're sisters now. We're gonna be the best friends ever." I mean, who am I kidding? She still has that sweet little voice 17 years later and still says, pretty much the same thing. I remember loving Marnie from the second I met her, which I think is true of anyone that meets Marnie. We didn't spend a ton of time together the first couple years of college. We kind of had some different priorities, I think. I spent a little too much time at the bars, at Cruco, at Maloney's. Yeah. And Marn probably spent a little too much time at Powell, the library. I'm pretty sure she was on a first name basis with the security guard and the whole staff there. But we really became close when we studied abroad our junior year in Florence, Italy, with 3 of our other girlfriends from college. We traveled all around Europe together. We drank way too much wine, ate way too much pasta, and only partially kind of pretended to learn some Italian. There. Excuse me. We love to tease Marn because literally every place we went, she would say, "You guys, we're in Switzerland." Marn, it's so great. She's like, "You guys, I have a memory of being in the Munich train station." She said, "You guys, look at this train station. Everyone is just coming and going. And just getting to where they need to be." And we were like, "Yeah, it's a train station." We would laugh and poke fun at her and, kind of make fun of her a little bit. But really, her enthusiasm and her positivity and, her just passion for our time there and everything we saw and experienced was truly what made it the most amazing experience and made, just lasting memories that we'll have forever. It was just the best time of our lives. In fact, her enthusiasm and positivity about life in general are 2 of the things I love most about Marnie, and also what make her the most amazing friend and one of the best people to be around. She makes you feel so good about yourself. She constantly just lifts everybody up around her, and she'll tell you how great you are and how everything you do is just the greatest. And she really is the most amazing friend. I also was lucky enough to live with Marnie in San Francisco when she moved from New York for about a year, which was so much fun. And you guys, even at 5:30 in the morning, when we'd be waking up and getting ready for work, she's exactly the same as she is any other time of day. She would greet me every morning with, "Hi, doll." She would offer to make me tea every night, even though she knew I didn't like tea, but she would just say, she just wanted to offer it to me. She was hoping some way I would, take her up on it. She's like, "Doll, can I make you some tea? Can I make you a cup of tea?" "No, Marnie, I'm okay. I don't like tea." "Okay." One of the, I think the best best words to describe Marnie is passionate. She's obviously so passionate about teaching her students. She's passionate about life in general. She's passionate about Hamilton, as you know, that seems to be the theme of these speeches tonight. But most of all, I think she's passionate about her amazing family and her friends and her, relationships in her life. I think this is one of the main reasons why Byron is such a great match for Marnie. He's obviously a very passionate person. He's obviously passionate about running, as we all know. Exercising, being outdoors, the environment. And since meeting Mar, now the Bachelor and Bachelorette, which is amazing. I'm also really glad that Marnie found someone that will cook for her every night, because I was a little worried for a while that she would just eat cereal every night and apples and peanut butter, but I'm really glad she found Byron. You guys really are such an amazing couple. I feel so fortunate and so lucky to be here tonight and so honored to speak, and I'm so happy to be here in this beautiful place to celebrate you guys. I love you both, and cheers, congratulations.
What's up, y'all? I had a whole wedding speech planned and everything, but then I remembered it was Hamilton Friday. So it's gonna go a little something like this, you know what I'm saying? Hey yo, we're all gathered here for Marnie's wedding, and I am betting there's one thing that she will be expecting from me to be impressing her family and friends with a rap about Marnie from beginning to end. Yeah. Talk about the life of hard knocks, spent 5 years in the ghetto teaching kids in the Bronx. But don't let her fool ya, I'm just trying to warn ya, she really grew up in Irvine, California. Just a resident, she elevated all the way to school class president. I'll be like, hey Marnie, girl, what you doing? Just study in my house so that I can be approved. Come on, Marnie, stop screwing with me. No, I'm serious, I take my homework seriously. I'm as serious as can be. Double basketball ball and have fun with it. I'ma study some more so I can study in the data pit. Marnie, yeah, she's always up for having fun. She's super supportive, like, run, Byron, run. If you make it all the way to the finish line, she'll reach you there. I'm hoping to raise the sunshine, cause the sun is always shining when Marnie is your wife, and the sun is always shining when Marnie's in your life. They're down in California or up in Oregon. When Marnie's around, it's always raise the sun. But watch out, cause she's faster than you thought she'll catch ya, get ya, sit you down, watch The Bachelor, and after catch ya in one of her plays, cause you almost forgot it's Hamilton Friday. Yesterday, she was just your fiance, but now she's your wife, your queen bee, Beyonce. Well, Marnie, you can't lose, and it certainly doesn't have that she has a sweet booth. It's a good note to take fun. If a genie came around and gave Marnie 3 wishes, the first one would be that she could learn to do the dishes. But wish number 2, the wish she'd be wishing to have the genie help her make a single decision. The third and final wish might seem silly to some, spend the rest of her life with her husband Byron. On a marvelous Monday, it's cinnamon toast crunch. On a terrific Tuesday, she had cereal for lunch. On a wonderful Wednesday, it's cereal for dinner. And on Thursday, you guessed it, it's cereal she'll give ya. Oh shit, it's Hamilton Friday again, but instead of cereal, I serve a bride, so don't bend. Really, I could go on and on. I can spit rhymes about Marnie till the break of dawn. Cause we all love Marnie, yeah, we love her to death. Cause this 5-star lyrical chef is running out of breath. One day I'll be back like a Shermanator. But for now, I'll drop the bike and just congratulate ya.
to cry. But we do want to open it up. There is zero pressure. If anybody else wants to say anything about me, I mean Marty, they're lovely. But honestly, no pressure. We really appreciate everybody being here. We love all of you. I'm looking around, and the closest wedding that I've had to be a part of is my sister's wedding. She got married. She got married when I was still in my 20s, and it felt like my wedding. So I just know this is such an amazing. I knew everybody. Awkward laugh. But no, it was amazing because I knew everybody there. It was so great, and it was amazing. And my buddy JD wants to stop me from being awkward, but well, you go.
Zero pressure, huh? Okay. You told me like.
Let me preface this. So JD got married like within a month of us graduating college. It was fast.
I had to lock that shit up.
It was.
You're never my wife.
And I gave a speech that was probably one of the worst speeches anybody's ever given. So there's literally no pressure. Like I believe nobody heard the speech.
That's all I was going to talk about.
Y'all might have been the only two that were actually in the room.
First off, can we give it up for the West Coast rappers?
Yeah.
White boys from the East Coast just listen to rap. You can't do that. That was very impressive. So Byron told me about 2 hours ago, or asked me to give a speech.
No pressure.
And he was like, hey, hashtag no pressure. I think it's because I've known him for longer than most people in this room, besides his family. And he doesn't want me to give all his secrets. Marnie, I'm sorry, but like a good friend, if I give up his secrets, I give up mine. And my wife's in the room, so. I met Byron freshman, sophomore year of college, was it?
Sophomore, yeah.
In ROTC. I signed up, I think you were already there for a year. And just like all of us, we just clung to him. From there, we moved in together, spent some time. What I like most about Byron is probably what all of us like most about Byron, is he just kind of gets you to take the next step. He takes you one step out of your comfort zone. He might just leave you there, like he did with me down in Miami. But I had his parents to save me, and I appreciate that. I came back with one less body part. There's no story there. But then you moved on, you met all these other people. And I think you truly epitomize that you are the people that you surround yourselves with. And that's tall, skinny white guys. That's all you do, man. No, but I think Garbach had it right. Byron's like a puppy. And I will apologize in advance that we probably have not raised him the best. He's probably gonna pee a little in the house. Hopefully not in the bed. I don't think he ever did that with me. He's gonna wake you up wanting to go outside and play. You're gonna have to play with him. You're gonna have to throw him the frisbee. You probably should keep him on a leash, but you don't, I'm sure. But what's cool about B is he will always be there, just like a dog, letting you like condition. When you get home, I know that sounds bad. He will be there wagging his tail, waiting for you to play with him. He might piss himself. But yeah, man, that's what I love about you. So I went first because I wanted to say I can't follow that up, and I'm sure the next dude behind me is going to be better. So. Marnie, hold on. Marnie, I don't know you. I just met you from, what, an hour ago? But I feel like I've known you from Byron. Being able to see him at the bachelor party a few weeks ago, a month ago, he hasn't changed. But he's very happy. And that's pretty cool. So thank you. And I don't have any special words for a toast, but the toast is just to you from all of us. Sorry in advance.
I'm gonna.
Is this a warm-up tomorrow?
We're. We are so happy that you're all here, and we're so.
She's literally trying to talk about logistics. Their buses. Logistics!
Well, obviously, we're really happy you're here. If that is not clear. We love you all. You've all played, obviously, huge roles in our lives. Logistically, tomorrow, I just want to put out there, there are shuttles that will get you to and from the wedding. And they are going to be picking you up at the Hilton Garden Inn parking lot. So if you don't know, now you know. And they will. And they're going to be there. The buses will be getting there at 2:15, and they're going to try to leave by 2:30. Please be on time so that you can hear Sherm's speech, because it will probably be long.
And I'll speak for Marnie here as well. Like, the biggest request we have for tomorrow is to make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes so you can dance for the entire duration. So ensure that you are comfortable, and we will destroy that basketball court that is Skyliner Lodge basketball. Other than that, thank you so much, Mom, Dad. Thank you for putting this on. This is amazing. I'm sure there's plenty of sliders left over there. Eat away, drink away. These guys they look bored. Let's make them work over here. But thank you so much. We'll see you around tomorrow. And then continue to party the rest of the evening. Enjoy Ben. That's the most important part. We love Ben. We hope you love Ben. And come back to Ben whenever you want to be in Ben.